dalam BuzzPop hari ini kita bakal membedah dan membincangkan season finale bagi siri HBO The Last of Us. Para panelis kita malam ini terdiri daripada saya, Nadzru Iskandar daripada BuzzPopTV, serta kaki game The Last of Us kita, Munir Malik. What's up bro, how you doing man?
Last episode, mari kita habiskan. Let's go.
Alright. Seterusnya adalah juga kaki game The Last of Us, Shaz. What's up bro, how you doing man?
Hey, doing well. Perut sudah kenyang. Cerita dah habis tengok. Kita boleh sembang.
Betul. Tapi sebelum kita memulakan perbincangan kita malam ini, jom kita unbox dulu satu gift bag The Last of Us.
Wow.
HBO GO Asia. Terima kasih untuk gift bag ini. So kalau kau nampak belakang ni ada logo HBO dengan lambang Firefly tu. And then depan dia tu ada logo The Last of Us. So
Look for the light.
Sekejap makan dulu. And then
Jangan koyak
aku gunting aku tak koyak aku gunting.
Souvenir.
Mahal plastik.
Jangan plastik bag ni kan. So terima kasih kepada HBO GO Asia.
Aku tak apa dah bagi kau cendawan je.
Aku harap bukan cendawan lah kan. Okay, kita tengok. First kita ada
Wow.
pouch. Kita ada waist pouch bertemakan
Survival. Yeah.
Betul ni, cantik tu, cantik. Seterusnya kita ada
Just in case.
ya. Oh, ni apa ni? Nanti aku buka je. Aku tak ada.
Apa? Perfume lah.
Takkan
Kalau dia bagi fish blade,
Boleh bau macam boleh bau macam cordyceps.
Oh, aku rasa torchlight.
Betul.
USB powered torchlight.
Survival.
Ui, memang survival tu tema ni. Tengok dia ada The Last of Us lagi dekat torchlight ni.
wow.
Walah.
Thank you
Nice.
Seterusnya barang ketiga daripada goodie bag ni. Aku rasa ni macam
Apa tu?
Plastic bag.
Plastik je kot. Plastik bag je kot.
Dia tahu kau akan gunting yang tadi tu.
Ada lagi banyak plastik bag. Sekiranya nak kasi
Dia meme.
Kat dalam tu ada apa?
Ada lagi. Kita ada satu lagi.
Aku torchlight tu pun dah berguna.
Oh ni dia mengatakan, Dear Editor, on behalf of the HBO GO Publicity Team, we are delighted to share with you the exclusive The Last of Us media kit. Catch the finale of the HBO original drama series The Last of Us on HBO GO and HBO ASTRO channel 411 on Monday, March 13th. The Last of Us. Cantik.
Nice.
Lepas tu
Macam
cool tu, ada dog tag, gambar Firefly.
Kau jadi Firefly tu.
Ada patch The Last of Us. So kalau
Style gila.
Style.
Ini style. Ini memang style.
And then aku rasa last kali.
Ini mahal ni.
Aku rasa ni mug kot. Aku rasa coffee mug.
Macam-macam tak dapat ni.
Cantik tu. Alright.
Style.
So you can keep
Banyak gila bagi.
Yeah, so don't worry. Aku tak layan sangat Last of Us. So panelists akan dapat semua goodie bags ni.
Yeah.
Terima kasih HBO GO. Nanti korang kekah lah. Antara korang siapa nak apa nanti. Alright, with that out of the way, thank you very much HBO GO. Kita sentiasa support korang. Hopefully korang akan support kita lagi in the future.
Thank you HBO.
Lagi banyak show-show HBO GO setiap minggu bila turun. Dah ada House of Dragon season 2, Barry season 4, Succession final season. Tengok macam mana lah. Alright guys, so dengan itu kita akan membincangkan reaksi satu ayat. Alright, so soalan aku kepada para panelis apakah reaksi satu ayat korang terhadap season finale The Last of Us yang berjudul Look for the Light? Dia agak banyak emosi kita nampak clicker ada satu je, tapi the rest of it was just like a gut punch of emotion. So kita mulakan dengan Munif. Silakan Munif.
Aku rasa boleh jadi repeating ni aku punya reaksi satu ayat ni, which is benda yang aku rasa aku definitely pernah cakap dulu, which is you follow the game verbatim, it delivers you the best moments of the episode. It's as simple as that. Tak payah tambah-tambah makcik yang tak wujud, tak payah tambah-tambah benda ni. Jadi you just follow kan, benda tu yang orang suka masa main game, benda tu yang membuatkan orang kata game ni epic. Kau ikut sebiji, dia pun jadilah epic. It's the simplest math in the world. So aku tak tahu apa cakap selain tu.
Okay, seterusnya silakan Syaz, pendapat kau tentang season finale The Last of Us Season 1.
They did very well what the finale was about from the game. I mean, they didn't show every part from the actual game finale, but the part they did show memang was done very well lah. So kalau nak katakan no punches were pulled for this part that they chose to show, which is good.
Alright, aku personally felt the emotion tu aku faham lah. Aku faham that you needed the emotion. Dan kita akan bincangkan in the top 3 tu. Tapi I wish there was more, I wish there was more clickers lah. Kau masuk balik bandar.
Story of the show. Story of the show. Story of the show.
Alright, kita ada beberapa komen. Pertama, Neo Koma bertanya, mengatakan reaksi satu ayat, panjangkan scene Joel tembak orang kat hospital. Great episode nonetheless. Kemudian Muhammad Hazim pun mengatakan scene yang Joel bunuh ahli Firefly macam game. Betul.
Yeah.
And then kita ada satu soalan menyimpang. Hairul mengatakan harap-harap lepas BuzzPop lapang nanti buatlah season review Project High Council. Tengoklah bila Hadi free, hari Jumaat ni dia akan cover Imajinur dengan member-member dia. Maybe Jumaat depan pula dia akan cover Project High Council, the full series review. Maybe. Pasal
Hadi dia buat kot.
Tak ada ASTRO, so aku tak boleh layan. Aku tak layan secara haram. So, alright, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen pertama kita. Sekarang kita bakal membincangkan 3 plot menarik daripada season finale ini. Alright, so kita punya act 1 ialah in the beginning. Kita mulakan dengan cold opening di mana kita nampak ibu Ellie iaitu Anna dan kaitan dia dengan Marlene. So effectively this was Ellie's origin story lah. So untuk bahagian ni aku ada soalan untuk Munif. Memandangkan babak cold opening ini tak pernah wujud dalam video game, apakah pendapat anda tentang voice actor asal Ellie, pelakon Ashley Johnson dalam overlay tu, menjayakan watak Anna, ibu kandung Ellie, serta the fact bahawa Anna merupakan kawan baik Marlene, the Firefly leader sejak kecil lagi. Adakah sumber Ellie's immunity kerana Anna was bitten while given birth kepada Ellie, menyebabkan the cordyceps tu juga grow within Ellie. So silakan Munif.
Okay, first kali before aku ulas benda tu, just one thing that came to mind lah is that aku pun masa depa casting Bella Ramsey jadi Ellie, aku macam she looks nothing like Ellie. Macam what the hell is going on kan? Macam as much as I love her as an actress kan, tapi as kita tengok the show, okay, perwatakan dia, demeanor dia, spunk dia semua sama dengan Ellie in the game. So aku macam, aku dah slowly memang dapat adapt lah dengan rupa dia yang tak nampak langsung macam Ellie dalam game tu. Tapi bila nama aku memang glad lah yang Ashley pun dapatlah job sikit in the TV adaptation ni kan, walaupun kejap je kan. Tapi bila dia muncul in the series, then suddenly it clicked to me. Asal sekarang aku faham kenapa, why that casting decision tu, aku tak sure mana datang first lah. Tapi kalau kau tengok, Bella Ramsey really looks macam dia nampak like a younger Ashley tau. Betul tak? Dia nampak sebiji lah. So maybe sebab dia nak buat live adaptation and dia nak involve si Ashley ni in a meta way. I think that was the intention lah. So you gave birth to your character dalam game kan. Tapi muka kau macam ni. Sebab yang Ashley pun muka dia bukan macam like Ashley Ellie in the game. So aku rasa in a way tu yang nampak Bella Ramsey boleh ni jadi macam anak Ashley kan. So aku rasa that factored into macam dia punya casting sikit tau. Sebab dia iyalah muka dia memang sama lah. Okay,
Dia punya dahi pun sama besar bro.
Sama. Memang sama kan. Dia punya jaw structure tu memang sama lah. Okay, so moving on to the question. Yes, macam Nick cakap, scene ni of course gamers akan tahu yang dia memang this is one of the penambahan lah. Walaupun aku tak ada lah some big problem pasal this pertambahan, tapi aku ada splitnya feeling pasal ni. Good and bad lah. So pada pendapat aku pasal this pertambahan ni, the good thing is that bila kita bagi tunjuk Ellie punya past and then punya mother, and then mother dia punya rupanya very deep and very sad punya connection to Marlene. Lepas tu macam mana the birth of Ellie, literally the origin of Ellie tu tied into something yang sangat tragic yang dirasai, dilihat and melibatkan on the spot dengan Marlene. Dia buat the dilemma yang the decision making yang Marlene kena buat at the end tu pun macam rasa ada weight. Sebab dalam game tu pun dia macam tunjuk macam Marlene pun kalau boleh, yalah siapa nak bunuh budak kecil kan, tapi macam we have no choice tau. But it rings a bit hollow lah. Cakap senang lah, bukan anak kau. Tapi bila dia buat this flashback yang dia tambah tu, sebenarnya dia kenal mak Ellie. Lepas tu dia tengok the birth of Ellie and dia memang jaga dia kecil, and then so dia bagi lagi believable the fact yang that dilemma tu, yang Marlene pun sebenarnya kau ingat dalam in an ideal world dia nak buat ke semua ni, tu anak kawan dia yang dia diamanatkan untuk jaga kot. So kalau Joel rasa macam he have to make a big sacrifice, soalnya Marlene pun actually tengah buat a big sacrifice. So that part of the pertambahan ni aku suka lah. Dia that was a bit better than the game lah. Dia bagi ada weight to on Marlene punya part lah. Sebab orang kan selalu cakap saya Joel punya part, but now dia ada duality. Even Marlene pun sebenarnya it's very heavy for her to decide what had to be done. Okay, tapi on pertambahan ni yang aku kurang suka pula is a few things lah. Number one is the fact yang they explain the immunity. So dalam the game kita tak tahu kenapa Ellie is immune, which actually membuatkan dia sangat special tau. Sebab is she a one-off? Berapa bilion manusia dalam dunia ni, adakah dia seorang je yang immune? Because we don't know how to create immune children tau. So tu membuatkan Ellie rasa lagi special and the stakes so lagi tinggi. But imagine kalau there's just hundreds of Ellie in the world, just tak jumpa lagi je. So the stakes is a lot lower kan. So bila kau explain pula macam mana dia jadi immune, which is basically Blade punya origin story. So mak dia kena gigit lah tu lahirkan dia kan. So dia jadi vampire but without the vampire punya weakness kan. So bila kau explain dia punya originnya tu, you have to think masa jadi this whole cordyceps punya breakdown ni, catastrophe tu, berapa billion hospital ada dalam dunia ni. And each of those hospital tu berapa banyak perempuan yang tengah sarat mengandung, berapa banyak perempuan yang macam in the whole world at one time, pregnant women. Are you telling me semua orang tu mati except for one? No. There must be so many pregnant women yang kena gigit and sempat lahirkan anak, because this is a numbers game. So bila kau explain the immunity macam tu, Ellie doesn't become special lah. Suddenly the stakes so feels, Ellie personally bagi aku a lot smaller tau.
Maksudnya ada lagi banyak Ellie out there in the world.
So kan berbilion-bilion hospital dalam dunia, takkanlah tak ada macam sedozen ke mak yang kena gigit and then after that lahirkan anak, and anak tu macam suami ke kawan ke bawa lari kan, mesti ada. So in the game is anxiety tau. Jap, buatlah kat budak lain, tapi macam ada ke budak lain kan? Shit, is she the only one? Tapi macam can you confirm ada orang lain? You can't even confirm. Macam no one knows anything. So shit, you are the one lah, Ellie. So sorry, we can't take that risk.
I mean, beyond outbreak day, it's been 30 years. Takkan tak ada perempuan lain yang mengandung. Lepas tu
ya lah tu kena gigit.
Yeah, it's possible in the last 30 years. It's possible.
Betul. And why, kenapa dia jadi, bagi aku lagi silly pasal apa? We know yang for the Firefly Series organisation yang akan dia sanggup buat anything demi dia punya goal. So Marlene literally dah tahu macam mana nak create immune babies. Depa literally bomb orang untuk liberation. Apalah sangat bagi macam ibu mengandung kena gigit zombie for the greater good, justify diri dia. So dia when you explain the immunity in detail, when the game macam dia benda tu ambiguous, bagi aku dia jadi ada some contrivance sikit lah. Lepas tu at the same time the stakes tu jadi macam lowered sikit. Lepas tu I was ni nitpicking lah. Tapi personally not the fan yang macam dandan lah punya yang switch knife tu semua dapat dari dia lah. Macam semuanya just macam hand me down saya, macam cun-cun.
Ya, betul.
Dia macam kau bayang kalau kau tengok Naruto dia tunjuk ayah dia Yondaime kan. Sebenarnya dia punya ni banner, dia punya scar kat pipi dia punya baju oren dia semua bapak dia bagi. Dia tiba. Dia rasa macam alah, ni terlalu
anak
macam
aku jadi hero. Nah, aku kasih untuk anak.
Dia macam tak berapa.
Superman skip. So macam alah, sama ke.
So it didn't feel too organic for me lah. Tapi itu on the part saya aku nitpick lah, yang aku kurang berkenan lah. Tetapi like I said, on Marlene punya dilema kat ujung tu, this origin added weight to that. So is instead of just Joel yang dilema, sebenarnya Marlene pun is dying inside untuk buat this decision. So that part I like. But the other part yang aku sebut tu, situlah macam kurang sikit lah. So mix.
Alright.
Aku nak interject sikit ni.
Okay, silakan Syaz, silakan.
Okay, ingat tak last week yang masa kita bedah, siapa mention, you ke ataupun Muni mention that Bella Ramsey was saying that episode ni akan jadi divide. They will polarize people. So there's two potential scenarios yang that might polarize people lah. One is the finale itself. But aku rasa this scene is interestingly polarizing tau, sebab there will be dia apa ni, anak punya decision kita talk kemudian lah. But the fact that Marlene, cara dia raise Ellie tu, aku rasa macam it's not how you raise someone who was entrusted to you this way.
Kan?
Sebab cara dia grow up, masuk military school, tak beritahu pasal your mom punya sacrifice, for what reason? And then
macam tak sayang je.
Lepas tu bila kau dah find out dia ni special pun macam like tak ada nak jaga betul-betul. And the best part is that yang dalam game aku macam like, kita jumpa dia kat sana. After the entire journey, tolong bawa lah budak ni. Lalu kita jumpa dia kat end destination. Lah, macam tu baik kau bawa je sendiri kan. Like why do you even need me going there? Because she made it there anyway. So like
pasal the van people were already waiting. Lepas tu Marlene kan berdarah-darah, so she needs medical attention. So dia cakap dekat Ana dengan Ana pula dekat Tess dengan dia kata tolong they are waiting, send her and I'll give you whatever car. So it was just supposed to be up to that building where Tess died. It wasn't supposed to be this grand journey all the way. It was just supposed to be there. And then dia nak naik kereta dia, nak pergi ambil Tommy. That's it. It was supposed to be like
tapi itu
the plan went to shit.
Yeah. And then the other point yang Munif mentioned tu, by putting the source of the immunity to a specific event, it means that you do not show humans evolving. And the fact that there could be like benda ni dah banyak berlaku, sebab all the people yang pernah kena were never tested, digigit, and then survive for longer than a few days. So it becomes very, the story jadi berubah banyak. So now you're saying a specific set of events can trigger this immunity, whereas before this it was the 20 years evolution of humans punya antibody. It just makes it very different punya feeling lah.
And it brings into light. Aku rasa maybe kalau ada satu mad scientist villain yang dapat tahu ni daripada Marlene, boleh je kot dia buat eksperimen, dia buat macam perempuan jadi macam, you know, kita make sure dia impregnate, lepas tu kita make sure at the moment of birth tu kita kasi dia kena gigit. Buatlah
dah 9 bulan, okay, bagi kena gigit.
Ke, eventually one of them will be Ellie, tapi it's a very bastard punya move lah. But to save people, why not? Right?
Yep.
Betul lah.
Macam itulah. Alright, soalan kedua adalah untuk Syaz ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Anna's dying wish for Marlene untuk kill her, take Ellie to Boston for safety, dan juga dia bagi dekat Ellie dia punya green jacket lah, dia punya switchblade knife lah, macam kau bagi Superman lah, this is your cake. So little bit contrived. Silakan Syaz.
Aku honestly very happy that the director, the showrunner semua ni took Ellie punya voice actress, gave her a role, because that is a plus point to the series lah. And kita pun tahu that voice actor untuk Joel dengan siapa, Tess kan, were also inside kan. So that is a good touch lah, because you are bukan nak kata paying for much, membalas jasa dia orang lah, because they played a big role in these characters. So kalau nak ikutkan the voice actor dengan actresses dalam super successful games, selalu tak diberi, how do we say, recognition yang cukup. But that one is a topic for another day lah. Dari segi barang-barang tu, aku rasa it adds a lot of meaning kepada the switchblades and all that. But here's the thing, it comes back to dia punya initial problem that I have pasal Marlene and the treatment of Ellie. Why would Ellie jaga benda-benda tu so much unless she knew it was from her mother? And who is the only person who have told Ellie that benda-benda ni is daripada mak kau? Marlene juga. So nampak tak? You are sebab you ikut the story from the game so strictly on Marlene punya character, tiba-tiba kau tambah portion ni, dia dah jadi lari tau. Sebab the original character in the games did not have any emotional connection dengan Ellie. Kalau so it completely turns the character, dia jadi tak congruent. Dari segi Anna punya decision, kill me now, that one is selfless lah. Aku rasa dia tak nak mati as as infected. Biar mati cepat lah. Cuma yang portion yang dia punya suruh Marlene bawa ke Boston and all that, aku rasa macam the mom pun was part of the Firefly's code. Kan, there is a possibility, because
it looks like it.
Kan? Yeah. Why specifically Boston? And then the fact that she knew where to go, and that is where mungkin dia dah set up meeting point dengan Marlene dengan apa ke. So at that point of time, either she's really a Firefly, or mungkin dia dah desperate, dah nak beranak kan. Dah nak beranak, so dia minta tolong Firefly lah, to also have access to medical punya facilities in some way or other. Sebab dia pun organisation besar. Lucky or not, dia pun ada doctors and what not. Cuma one important thing dekat sini is that dia the starting of the story is about selfless punya love and care. So Tess cares about dia punya kawan Joel end up becoming very caring for Ellie. So it all started from here. Anna punya from the very beginning, the whole story started with selfless punya love and care. Sampai dia sanggup nipu tau, macam like right before aku sempat beranak sebelum kena gigit, which is like quite hilarious lah. Tapi Marlene pun macam like boleh percaya ke tak ni. But when some person in that stage of time, kau tak boleh nak anggap dia menipu lah. Because you can see she's so desperate, kan, anak pun dia dah beranak. Aku pun surprised that she did not, collapse from the pain of giving birth and kena gigit tu sekali, which is like, wow, patutlah Ellie kuat gila babi tu.
Yang gilanya bro, she didn't turn tau. Dia dah letak pisau kat sini, tapi berapa jam tu daripada siang sampai ke malam she did not turn terus. Bukan, it only takes a few hours to turn. So that was a little bit contrived kan. Nak set up cold opening origin ni terlalu contrived. So many what ifs yang berlaku.
Tapi dia punya the turning time is not fully specified, tapi it's like within a few days je kau dah clear. So mungkin at that point of time Walker tu pun macam baru je the infected has still very little transmitted punya of the disease, the transmission of the disease. So mungkin that's why Ellie kena sikit saja, sebab dia kena gigit, sebab the mom is still feeding Ellie through dia punya tali pusat kan. So macam ni lah, macam Ahmad Nasrul kata ni kan, I rasa dia dah nampak dia kena gigit dan dia potong the tali pusat. So she got a very small dose of the infected punya virus tau. Oh okay, soalan neokoma ni is good because I rasa sebab dalam time masa tu Ellie is what, 14, 15 years old at that point of time. Infected dah banyak. So most likely dia dah kenal Marlene ni sebelum dia join Firefly. So that is someone they keep in touch for a long time lah. So ramai perempuan tu I rasa disebabkan dia tinggal di luar quarantine zone, so dia tak tahu nak cari kat mana. Dia cuma tahu Marlene ni, which then raises the question, husband dia pergi mana? Ataupun husband dia main rembat and then touch and go kan, tak habis. But anyway, that is beside the point lah. Yang pentingnya is that Ellie punya mom, for all we know, mungkin she dah ada some kind of mutation in her by contact to all this. Kita tak tahu. This kind of things we do not know. Terus Marlene jangan lepaskan Ellie sampai kena gigit.
Yeah, it makes the beginning of Ellie punya story tak make sense. This
Slightly.
Dia nampak cool. This cold opening nampak cool, tapi it throws into question banyak persoalan yang korang tengah tanya sekarang. So
also then it makes the portion yang dia terpaksa bunuh kawan
Riley tu,
sexual lover tu jadi lemah sikit lah.
Yeah,
because
dia
now macam like
Druckmann dengan Mazin wanted to write a cold opening, but then they forget how this undoes the earlier part of the game.
Yeah, that's it is a recurring theme lah dalam The Last of Us punya TV series ni. Betul. When they try to add benda cool, nampak best, tapi somehow sebab mungkin dia tak ada the original writing team yang lain from the game, so dia dah miss the plot.
It's sad, yeah. Kau nak Bill ada scene strawberry, kau terus nak tengok Bill lawan dengan bloater dalam gym.
I mean kalau katakan dia dah beranak, then the door pecah, the infected run in, dia kena gigit, tu dia bunuh the infected, it would have been much better. So the question mark of Ellie being special is still left up in the air to human evolution.
Betul. So kita ada 3 persoalan daripada penonton di rumah. Pertama, Joe Latif bertanya, Marlene yang jumpa Ellie, tapi macam mana Ellie boleh join Fedra training? So yang ni pun tadi kita dah ada Neokoma punya komen. Teori Brazil aku adalah masa tu Firefly tak cukup resources 15-16 tahun lepas. Therefore Marlene letak dia dekat rumah anak yatim piatu Fedra, pasal Fedra has all the resources untuk membesarkan budak sampai ke remaja.
Nick a follow up from that juga kepada point yang Han cakap tadi tu, is that we also saw in the cold opening Marlene dia Mula-mula bersungguh-sungguh tak nak jaga, and she actually spell it out yang we don't have time and resource for this shit. Kita nak jaga budak kecil kan. So dari situ dia dah cakap lah, so make sense kenapa dia pergi, maybe just drop her in the QZ ke apa ke, terpaksa lah pergi ke federal kejap.
Pasal dia orang ialah terrorist group atau rebels, dia orang nak melawan federal. Mana ada masa nak menyusukan budak lah, nak membesarkan budak lah. So kind of make sense
kita jangan
Yes.
lupa that quarantine zones ni still accept people coming into the zone. Janji they will scan you, kalau tengok you have no problems, no issue. So most likely dia dah ambil one of the Firefly operatives yang tak kita kenal, yang mamat yang duk buat admin work lah kan, orang yang tak bertempur kat front lines. Dia suruh, okay, kau bawa budak ni go into the QZ and then you bagilah kepada
masukkan dalam sistem yatim piatu punya
sistem yatim
home
piatu.
where the kids grow up to become federal agents kan.
Yep.
Tapi Nick, but here's the funny contradiction pasal teori tu apa tau. Sebab and Marlin pula tahu, as a Firefly, dia pun sentiasa pergi tembak, bunuh and bomb federal agents and federal facilities. So kau literally letak Ellie with a group of people yang kau know full well kau kan tembak, bom dan bunuh or letupkan dia punya facilities, and so you're literally placing her in danger by your own gun. Kalau aku lah, maybe it's better aku letak with a family yang aku trust ke, yang bukan federal ke apa kan. Just some random family in the QZ ke apa kan. So tak tahu, sebab the federal agents are the guys yang kau nak tembak nanti. So there's a big chance you might end up taking out Ellie in the process.
Kenapa dia tak beritahu kawan Ellie untuk bring her out, join the Fireflies? Sebab knowing that you will be attacking orang-orang federal here and there, kawan dia dah part of Firefly kot, suruh dia ajak je lah. That means dia literally drop Ellie dekat pusat anak yatim piatu, dah tu bye bye. Terus dia lost track.
Just forget about Ellie for 16 years.
Lepas tu tiba-tiba jumpa balik. Lepas tu layan macam orang gila kan.
Itulah.
Like for a few days kita akan monitor you, ada changes tak. So that is why it makes no sense. By putting and Anna, kalau in the show aku okay lagi. Marlin punya interaction dengan Anna dengan Ellie at that point in time aku tak faham. It makes no sense.
So itulah Craig Mazin dengan Neil Druckmann wanted to write a cool scene, but they forgot how it affect the earlier part of the series, and terus doesn't make sense. Macam
terlebih hallmark lah.
Apalah korang ni. Seterusnya Ahmad Nasuha berkata, masih tak terjawab masa bila Marlin start tahu yang Ellie tu sebenarnya immune. Masa Riley mati lah basically. Masa dia tangkap Ellie, kenapa kau bunuh Riley? Oh, Riley rupanya kena infected. Oh, kau pun kena gigit tapi kenapa kau tak infected? So masa kita jumpa at the beginning tu, bila Ellie kena gari, that's when she knew that Ellie ni immune.
Baru so.
So Marlin ni quite a bitch lah. Pasal dia janji kat member dia, yo saya akan take care. Lepas tu dia tinggalkan kat rumah anak yatim federal for 16 tahun.
Musuh
Kau fakor lah. Aku nak jadi rebel teroris ni. Lepas tu tahu-tahu Ellie datang balik 16 tahun kemudian pasal dia punya yang diorang protege diorang Riley mati dekat mall. Lepas tu ni budak yang aku tinggal kat rumah yatim piatu 16 tahun lepas Oh, ni anak kawan aku ni. Dia anak kawan aku.
Right, that's why it makes zero sense.
Agak lemah. Alright. Komen terakhir Muhammad Azim mengatakan, untuk season 2, adakah Depa akan continue journey bawa Ellie ke Firefly lagi? Kita boleh kan pasal kita takkan cover season 2. So there is going to be a time jump. Joel akan mati. Aku cakap sekarang, korang hanya akan tahu 2 tahun ni sekarang Joel akan mati ya guys. Tapi jangan marah aku. Game dah keluar berapa tahun lepas. So aku tak spoil benda yang it's like korang akan kena spoil 2 tahun ni sekarang, but it's
a known fact.
It's a known fact. Joel akan mati. So kita bincangkan lagi tentang season 2 di penghujung ni, harapan kita nanti. So dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini, dan kita akan ke plot menarik kita yang kedua. Korang jangan marah aku spoil korang tentang season 2, pasal 2 tahun daripada sekarang korang takkan ingat pun yang aku spoilkan kau malam ni. Alright, jangan marah Okay, seterusnya segmen kedua kita adalah tentang Act 2, the spring season, di mana kita nampak dia ada sedikit magical moment lah. Kita nampak giraffe with a view, and then masa tu Joel agak reluctant, cakap jom kita patah balik. Lepas tu Joel membuka cerita tentang bagaimana dia ada scar dekat sebelah kepala dia tu. Rupa-rupanya dia cuba nak bunuh diri. Lepas tu dia takut sangat dia tertembak sampai telinga dia sebelah jadi pekak. So soalan aku untuk Munif, apakah pendapat anda tentang Ellie still traumatized by nearly dirogol dan dimakan oleh David last episode ya? Kau tengok banyak kali dia macam termenung. Lepas tu ni pun dia tak dengar macam Joel call dia pun tak dengar. Serta Joel masih reluctant to give Ellie to the Fireflies, even offering to turn back to return to Tommy's. Dan Joel sharing with Ellie bahawa his loss of hearing on one side was because he tried to kill himself after losing Sarah. Silakan.
Dia actually orang kata dia punya roles tertukar tu sebenarnya agak style lah. Sebab kalau kita tengok pada mula-mula series tu, Joel is the one yang ada PTSD, manakala Ellie pula is a hopeful little girl. Aku nak family, kau jadi ayah aku, fuck off kan. Tapi lepas jadi the whole David thing, tiba-tiba yang si Joel yang oh nyonyo, my daughter, janganlah kita pergi ke situ kan. Tapi macam yang Ellie pula jadi PTSD tu. So dia punya role tu macam tertukar tau, which is bagi aku suka lah those ironic punya character punya development, so character punya shift kan. So and yes, you should be traumatized kan pasal apa yang terjadi dengan the whole David thing. And yes, Joel pun dia jadi macam ni naturally lah pasal you know, inilah sebab aku tak nak bring down aku punya walls. So bila aku dah bring down punya wall, ini aku kan terlalu sayang. So dia nak avoid benda ni lah sebenarnya. So sekarang walls dia memang dah hancur. Dia dah completely accept Ellie as replacement daughter dia. So dia memang, this is why you see the character shift lah. Cuba aku nak komen pasal scene giraffe. Scene giraffe ni memang one of the more iconic scenes in the video game lah. In fact, semua orang nak kata final episode kalau tak ada giraffe kita mengamuk kan. So dia nak tengok kat scene giraffe But here's the thing, macam aku cakap lah, this is the problem tau. Pasal macam bagi aku, bila kita tengok the giraffe scene in the game tu, kau rasa macam wah, something yang macam sangat breathtaking, yang sangat magical lah. Pasal apa? Because not only kau deal dengan this fucking cannibal yang nak makan kau, yang nak toron kau, yang nak buat apa tak tahu kan, but at the same time kau keluar je bangunan, it's hell, penuh cordyceps tu. Kau masuk bangunan yang kau tak masuk pun, it's hell, penuh dengan cordyceps tu. Kau pergi ke mana pun memang neraka tau, penuh dengan infected, kena pula ada clickers, kena pula yang ada bloater. Dan like one time aku kena tag team with Cannibal David untuk lawan a bloater. So macam kau go through all this shit, tiba kau datang satu tempat lapang ni macam bring it, ada hot lagi ke, ada bloater, ada 10 clicker ke benda kan. Tengok giraffe. So dia jadi macam you know, tiba macam paradise lost tau. Tiba jumpa, inilah dia, serenity, a big break from the game before we jump back into the trauma kan. So saat tu aku, bila kau cakap this show is not about the zombies, it's about the feelings, you're objectively wrong. It's not. Sebab this is a show about both, and they juxtaposition each other. So bila, when the danger tu tak ada kan, sentiasa tak ada, so bila kau jumpa giraffe pun macam it's just like aku sekarang, aku jalan pergi zoo negara tengok giraffe, there's no problem, bukan ada zombie pun.
Dia jadi tak special pasal it's not that break in between action beats.
Dia jadi macam tu lah. I mean the scene tu is beautiful lah. Again, dia punya ayat, dia punya benda Ellie cakap, dia punya words semua memang sama macam the video game. That's really nicely done. The scene is nicely done. Here's the thing about the show lah. Macam dia sangat-sangat cantik and tune and emotional in parts. And that parts being the parts yang mereka directly live daripada video game. But as a whole series bagi aku dia tak apa nak work. Pasal terlalu tak ada cordyceps. So terlalu tak ada the infected punya threats. The world is not as dangerous as what it should be. So bila kau ada mau pergi kawasan lapang, instead of ada hot, ada giraffe kan. So dia take away from that. Macam kau hujung minggu pergi Zoo Negara, nampak giraffe was a big deal kan. So ni aku punya personal opinion lah. Sebab this is what happens bila kau tak ada that sci-fi threats, which is a constant theme dalam the game. So kau bayangkan kalau kau ada that sci-fi threats, lah tu macam manusia pula gila, ada cannibal pula apa semua, and then freaking giraffe suddenly a piece of a time that was lost kan. So bagi aku tu lagi impactful lah. So again dia buat the whole character study, tertukar character between Ellie and Joel memang cun. Again aku cakap banyak kali they do the emotions very well. Dibantu pula dengan cast dia, memang pelakon-pelakon yang sangat power, carries this show. But then you have this kind of scenes yang dia sikit let down. So kau tahu it's affected pasal the lack of action or the lack of sci-fi threat. Itulah. Aku dah macam broken record dah ulang saya benda.
So pendapat kau tentang yang Joel often nak turn back tu, and then Joel bagi tahu macam he nearly kill himself.
I mean that is untuk further enhance the reversal yang aku cakap tu lah. Joel tu is a guy yang basically dah give up lah dengan hidup tu. Kalau ikut macam he does not want to have anything to do with this shit. Dah cukup. He basically died then masa daughter dia mati. Dia just by reflex tak jadi terbunuh diri dia. But he's dead inside. So boleh bayangkan lah macam mana how important Ellie is to him, yang orang mati hidup balik basically. Dia dah jumpa balik. So macam Ellie kata time heals all wounds kan. Dia kata this not this is not time, this is you. So the moment Joel cakap macam tu, that is the last battle that was his emotional and psychological wall tu. That was the last brick dia dah campak longkang. It's gone. There are no walls. I fully embrace this, and whatever hurt yang akan datang with loving you, bring it out. That's why you see what you saw at the end. Again, emotional beats, perfection, helped by a very very good acting by this guy. Betul lah.
Like, dua-dua tak nak cakap I love you, tapi dua-dua faham that they meant I love you in that moment.
Yeah.
Mujur lah dia tak tambah perkataan I love you. Kau mulalah orang bodoh dekat negara-negara tertentu dulu dah buat salah faham pula.
By the way, soalan bonus untuk Syaz, kenapa manusia je yang kena fungi ni boleh jadi zombie? Kenapa jiraf yang tu tak jadi zombie? Memang dalam game macam tu memang binatang tak kena, manusia je kena.
It was never explained dalam the game. Tapi aku rasa sebab manusia je yang makan fla ni. Most of the animals tak makan the thing. So mungkin from a evolutionary standpoint, the cordyceps begin to realise that makhluk ni yang selalu makan kita. So we use them to propagate lah. Aku rasa itu je.
Lepas tu infected pun tak pergi gigit jiraf. So jiraf tu memang selamat, dah 30 tahun selamat.
Dia tu aku tak tahu kenapa. Makes no sense.
Tak, sebab kau kena ingat yang bila kau jadi infected, the nature of cordyceps dia bukannya you become the zombie. You are being mind controlled. So the cordyceps is yang consciously making the decision. So kalau dia dah gigit macam humans apa kan, maybe dia rasa humans yang paling tak paling mobile ke apa. So sebab tu dia asyik do attack. Dia memang specifically do attack humans by design. Maksudnya maybe lah. Would be cool kalau ada animals yang kena infected juga tu pasal asal dia memang start dengan semut kan. I wonder if semut dah tak kena dah sekarang since macam dia pun dah boleh evolve to a higher life form. So semut lega.
I mean,
Ataupun
aku nak juga
dia
tengok infected tikus ke, infected anjing ke, infected kucing ke, infected
Seriously,
kalau
evil
dia
lah.
nak belah kucing tu tiba-tiba
Tapi guys, korang ni duk minta extra infected lah. Yang patut ada pun dah tak ada.
Betul. Betul. Alright, seterusnya kita daripada scene jiraf ni, kita pergi ke diorang kena flashbang bomb. Lepas tu tak tahu bangun-bangun dah kat hospital. And then Marlene cakap, macam mana kau buat? Aku pun setengah mati nak sampai ke sini. Macam mana kau buat? And then dia kata, I owe you. I don't want to be indebted to you, but I owe you. Dan dia bagi tahu bahawa the cordyceps grew inside Ellie's brain with her since birth. So dia ada chemical messengers yang neuter ada cordyceps. Sebab tu Ellie is immune. Pasal pada cordyceps lain, she is also infected. So Firefly scientist wants to cut out her brain and multiply the messenger chemical tu as a cure for the world. Jadi soalan aku untuk Syaz, apakah pendapat anda tentang pendedahan mengapa Ellie is immune pada cordyceps ini yang diberitahu oleh Marlene, serta Marlene willing to sacrifice Ellie's life for the greater good. Walaupun dia tahu Ellie ni adalah anak kawan dia, Anna, yang dia dah janji dia kata dia akan jaga. So ini adalah for the greater good lah. So apa pendapat kau, Syaz? Silakan.
First kali aku tak sure berapa ramai doktor yang involved dalam analysis tu. Kalau benda-benda rare scenario case macam ni, biasanya dia orang akan buat paper write up, akan ada peer review, discuss dengan doktor-doktor lain. So dalam kes ni aku rasa doktor tu let's say he's legit doctor lah, but the fact that he tak ada discuss with other doctors from other locations, so it feels very difficult to accept the explanation that you can take the cordyceps from one person and transfer kepada orang lain. Sebab kita kena faham, regardless, kalau katakan kita ambil the story di mana Anna give birth, and at that point of time of giving birth kena gigit, so some of the virus dah masuk Anna punya bloodstream, and sikit just enough for Ellie to grow a mutation masuk ke dalam for Ellie untuk grow a mutation masuk dalam badan dia kan. That means dia dah ada benda tu daripada childbirth tau, daripada kecil, daripada baby. So it's something she grew up with. So body tu dah assimilate as part of her. So kalau you nak ambil something yang telah diabsorb oleh somebody dan dah jadi part of her biological punya makeup for over 15 years, you cannot just simply transplant masuk tempat orang lain. Human to human transplant, benda macam kalau you nak transfer kidney, you nak transfer hati and what not, pun kena ambil a lot of immunosuppression. Ini doktor faham lah term dia, tak ingat. But you tak boleh just simply transfer. Sebab the
compatibility
the body akan anggap benda tu sebagai benda asing. So dia kena take some time untuk terima benda tu. So going with this logic, let's say you boleh transplant benda tu macam kita transplant hati, kidney and what not, you still need a lot of those medicines to transfer tu. So that is one problem. Kat mana nak cari all those medicine? Kedua, adakah benda tu boleh diabsorb even with the medicine? Can it be fully absorbed by others and produce the same kind of result? I feel it's very silly lah. Doktor tu macam terlampau, mungkin in that point of view, with the amount of duress that they have kan, di mana dia orang dalam world ended punya senario, doktor lain mana tak ada nak revise, and they are so ni doktor dah confirm, tak payahlah. So basically kalau you are in that desperate scenario, your objectivity might have gone out the window, and you also desperate to find the solution. This miracle case would have been the solution you could have been looking for lah. So aku rasa doktor tu mungkin dalam senario yang desperate, he may have made a wrong judgment call lah.
Itulah, dia macam you have a living specimen and the first thing you want to do is kill it, cut up his brain and then look at the brain. Aku macam, kenapa kau tak buat macam blood transfusion dulu ke? Kau cuba guna blood, maybe kau boleh synthesize the blood. Tapi like no, let's just kill the living specimen, get the cordyceps out and then we try to recreate the chemical messages. Aku macam what? Gila tu.
The fact that he can imagine that with so little data in such a short time, daripada dia orang kena ketuk kepala, Joel kena ketuk kepala, dia bangun in several hours, dia like, guys, I got the answer. Woo! That is insane. Aku rasa that is something out of desperation lah. It's not
Yes. Kau tahu apa benda satu lagi yang lagi insane pada tu, which is the fact yang Marlene mesti dah brief dia orang. Our super important one of a kind package is a little girl and she's coming with the world famous smuggler which is Joel. Semua orang kenal. So be on the lookout for them bila dia orang datang untuk kita intercept. So orang dia baling bom tu yang precious target.
Betul tu.
Apa benda?
Kalau Joel tak protect, dah meletup kot. Okay, bye-bye Ellie.
Weh, tu dah kena pecat tu dengan Marlene. Kena pecat tu, kena bunuh kalau dia orang mati.
I mean, the capturing process pun bodoh lah kan. Kau dah balik
you know why? No, Syah, you know why? Here's the thing, macam aku cakap lah, in the end, you deviate from the game. Ni lah jadi pasal that was supposed to be the whole lawan under the flooded tunnel, lawan dengan infected for them to fight to get into the hospital. But as usual, show ni sangat benci dan sangat allergic dengan action, sangat benci dengan zombie in the zombie show. Dia tak nak tunjuk part tu. Dalam tu patut Ellie pengsan sebab later bila depa macam keluar, Ellie kan lemas kan. So she fainted, that's how she's unconscious. Depa bawa dia into the hospital. Tapi saya nak cut all action sebab hampa anti-action. So jadilah, ni Marlene dah kata ada budak dengan the world famous Joel datang sini. Tu bukan Joel dengan budak, paling bom. Sebab kau dah cut, kau benci sangat action, kau buang benda tu. Lepas tu kau terpaksa mereka, so kau benda tu pun stupid lah. Lantak lah.
Babi lah Messi dengan drama ni. Lagi aku dengar, lagi aku marah sial. Aku nak sabar. Kalau
dia orang tukar the story kan to this scenario, dia tak payah buat baling bom tu. Dia cakap like, who are you? Please raise your hands. Like, I'm so and so kan. Tu like, okay, we'll bring you for interrogation. Alright. Suruh dia orang jalan ke depan. Lepas tu kena tok kepala. Tak payah kau rugi flashbang grenade. Mahal tu. Cost tu kena bayar. Okay. The second part of the question yang Marlene kata dia, this hurts me, blah, blah, aku sacrifice, itu rubbish. That was just rubbish. The addition of the scene dengan Anna completely changes the tone of that scene. Because it's from somebody who is trying to fake compassion dengan Joel sebab tak nak Joel tembak diri dia. Mahal tu nak filem underwater dekat swimming pool dengan props yang menggambarkan dia orang dalam bas, sangat mahal.
Tu HBO lah bro. HBO ada budget, okay. Dia nak buat dragon pun dia boleh buat. Ini kan pula satu bas tenggelam. What the fuck?
Itulah dia kena
allergic lah. Zombie ni cerita zombie allergic lah. Zombie ni.
Sedih.
So the addition of the Anna punya scene completely changes the Marlene punya character to the point where Marlin ni dah jadi macam very confusing character dah. Dia ni sebenarnya compassionate ke? Dia ni sebenarnya villain ke? Because in the game it was clear that she was the self-serving villain. Dia bagi alasan tu, sebenarnya saya dah kenal dia dari kecil, saya nak selamatkan dia. Dalam kepala kita orang like, tak adalah, kau tunggu je lah, aku break free je daripada my captivity from my Nissan, kau siap. Memang kita lepas dapat scene tu memang siap ha. Tak bagi muka langsung every single one. That was the best part.
Yeah, that was the best part indeed. Betul. Alright, so kita ada beberapa soalan. Dia kawan cakap babi ladang strawberry boleh infected? Tak boleh. Aduh, betul. So Joel Latif bertanya ya, pada aku tak jangka yang Joel akan bunuh semua Fireflies sebab dia dah tahu mission dia bawa Ellie jumpa surgeon. Obviously akan bedah Ellie. Why he went berserk? Actually dia tak tahu that they are going to meet surgeon yang nak bedah otak dia. They just thought that it was going to be a blood punya experiment,
sample ke apa ke. Yep. Tengok mati.
Ellie pun cakap dalam masa ada fireplace last episode, we go in, they get my blood, they make some magic cure, and then kau boleh lah kau nak buat apa, kau punya shepherd on the moon ke apa kan, they had that ongoing joke aku nak jadi,
they have plans to live together after. Betul. Macam ni cakap
sebab tu Tipu marah sangat pasal he did not plan untuk Ellie mati. He plan
dia tipu dia essentially. Dia tipu.
Munik sama dengan aku masa when we got that explanation daripada Marlin dalam the game tu, dia punya hangin tu aku cakap no. The entire journey only to have meet that fate. Kau macam like, so when we realise kita boleh break free, that's it lah.
Macam you're all dead man. You're all dead.
Apalah semua korang.
Alright, seterusnya kita ada soalan menyimpang. Joe menambah, adakah BuzzPop dapat jemputan premier John Wick? Kita tak dapat jemputan premier, kita dapat jemputan untuk press screening. So hari Selasa depan pukul 10.30 pagi kita akan tonton John Wick 4. Macam besok aku dengan Duan akan pergi tengok Shazam. So kita punya review kena embargo sampai pukul 7 pagi on hari Khamis. So
stand by.
How shit Shazam 2 is going to be. Hopefully John Wick 4 ni aku tak kena embargo because dia dah keluar dekat South by Southwest over the weekend, di premiere kat situ. And I think Rotten Tomatoes rating pun dah keluar about 87%, so it's quite good. So looking forward. Minggu ni penuh. Kita Shazam hari Khamis, hari Jumaat akan tengok Operation Fortune Guy Ritchie, Jason Statham. Dan hari Sabtu pergi tengok Dungeons and Dragons. John Wick. So semua ni kita nak cover sebelum puasa bermula. Pasal bulan puasa aku memang tidur kat rumah macam panda je. So 4 movies over the next 5 days. So it's gonna be busy lah. Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen kita yang problematik ni. Makin bercakap makin banyak masalah. So dengan itu kita akan ke plot menarik kita yang terakhir. Alright, so dengan itu kita sampai ke Act 3, iaitu Lies/Home, di mana kita nampak Joel punya individualism punya ideologi versus Marlin punya collectivism ideologi. So kita nampak yang lepas Joel dah tembak semua orang, dia turun ke parking garage tu, dia nampak ada battery kereta dengan van seperti dijanjikan oleh Fireflies. And then Marlin cakap, you can't keep her safe forever because she lives in a broken world. We can still find a way. And then tiba Joel bunuh Marlin and then tipu Ellie dalam kereta. So aku ada soalan untuk Munif. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Joel tidak setuju dengan Marlin's decision by deciding to shoot down all the Fireflies including Marlin? So dalam scene ni kita nampak that Joel's love is lagi penting daripada Marlin's punya sense of duty. Adakah ini kerana in Joel's mind sacrificing Ellie's life is not worth it to save the whole world? Tapi kepada Ellie, saving the world is her purpose. So aku rasa Syaz dah cakap sikit tadi, doktor tu dalam beberapa jam je figure out, let's cut out her brain, kill her, and maybe get that cordyceps chemical messenger untuk duplicate nak masukkan dalam semua orang seluruh dunia yang masih hidup ni. Macam silakan pendapat kau. Love versus duty.
Okay, first of all, this is definitely part yang buat banyak orang itu terkejut, tersentuh, disturb, terganga and akan berfikir pasal benda ni for quite a while to come. Kenapa? Sebab this is again one of the scenes yang ambil sebiji daripada the video game. So orang yang nak kata kalau nak sebiji dengan video game, pergilah main video game. No, you are wrong. So aku tengok yet again, bila TV follow the game sebiji, it becomes the best part of the show. Okay, and memang puas hati lah so aku tengok that violent side of Joel yang sepatutnya lagi banyak prevalent, tapi sebab yalah action pun barely ada. Kita asyik nampak Joel yang nangis, tergolek, pekak, sakit, sedih. Macam inilah Joel lah yang sebenar. So he is basically to certain players macam jap, are we controlling the villain sebenarnya sekarang? So that is Joel. That's what made the game unique. So dia punya brutality tu sebenarnya, and it's on full display. Aku suka gila, macam orang dah tumbang pun bagi headshot pergi mampus kau. Sebab nanti apa, kalau aku biar kau nak ni balik kan, tak payah. So dia bukan macam your idiot protagonist dalam movie atau seri-seri lain yang okay, biar pergi kan. Kena di belakang. Tak.
Dia double tap
macam zombie. Macam Zombieland. Ingat, kena double tap. Kena pastikan. So, this part was awesome. Again, macam aku cakap, sebab dia ikut sebiji dengan video game. Love that. But itulah story of the show kan. You cannot say the lack of action, the lack of sci-fi threats tu tak ganggu the show. Pasal apa? At the end of the day, macam Nick cakap tadi lah, bila dia having that philosophical punya debate kejap tu kan, bila dia kata you can't keep her safe for long. She lives in a broken world that you can still fix sebenarnya, so that then other children like her macam boleh thrive lah kan. Kalau aku jadi Joel, aku akan tanya balik, what broken world are you talking about? Aku jalan kaki and naik kuda sepanjang series ni, tak ada zombie pun. So because kau tak set up the threat, everything is about Ellie, the immune, Ellie untuk buat immunity. Adakah sacrifice Ellie for the greater good of mankind? Or be selfish, simpan seorang, berbilion lagi mati, benda semua. But what are you talking about? Where's the threat? Orang semua berjalan-jalan. Ada makcik-pakcik tua duduk datang kat Arnab, dekat tempat dinding pun tak ada. Dia ada kabin bodoh. Kalau macam langsung tak ada infected datang. Happy-happy je situ. Mereka travel between QZs, langsung tak ada zombie. Mereka datang bandar besar ni. Datang ke Salt Lake ni, pergi ke hospital lah. Tempat yang paling banyak helpless guys akan kena gigit and jadi infected. You think a hospital akan ada the highest concentration of infected kan? Kau pergi semua tempat tak ada zombie. So, kenapa kau duk kalut pasal cure ni? Kenapa kau, what broken world? It's business as usual. This is the problem. Tak tahu cakap, cerita ni bukan pasal emosi-emosi je. It's emotion and it's the sci-fi threat combined together. And jadi this is where the stakes, where the moral dilemma. Make no mistake, this final episode ni pasal it's a very humane punya debate, very human values and moral punya dilemma. Macam Nick set up tadi lah, the individual versus the collective good kan. It's a very human issue, but that human issue punya stakes get dialed up to 11 because of the threats of the zombies yang korang allergic sangat. Aku tak tahu kenapa. This is the thing. It takes away from that. Bagi aku lah, personally. Broken world. What broken? Dia pun naik kuda. Dia asyik kena serang dengan orang. If anything, you should find a cure for humanity. Bukan the zombies. Zombie bukan kacau orang pun. So kenapa sanggup bunuh family ni, society, itulah kan. Lepas tu okay, aku memang dah banyak ada rant pasal tak ada infected ni. Aku try to get back on topic balik. Is that kalau aku pun, even masa aku main game lo, aku adalah team Joel all the way lah. Sebab I don't care about your collective good benda semua. If you touch someone I care for, you're dead. Simple as that kan. Tapi at the same time, it's also because I'm not buying what Marlene is selling. Dia dah cakap kononnya dia pun ni for the greater good. So actually Syaz pun dah ulas sikit tadi. Dengan cara dia treat Ellie tu pun, nampak macam tu je drama air mata. It seems like she doesn't give a fuck. Pasal Ellie pun ada juga. Just tinggal dia with the enemy, whatever. The only reason dia datang balik is pasal, yalah, Riley mati. And the only reason dia take stake balik in Ellie is pasal tahu-tahu dia immune kan. So it's very situational and not emotional. So janganlah nak sembang pasal either kau suddenly care for her after 14 years ke apa kan. But here's the best part. Here's the best part. Kau cakap saya collective good kan. As I've said, the Fireflies are organizations that have no problem untuk bunuh orang to achieve their goals. So kenapa dia nak sangat the cure, the vaccine bagiku is that would make them the most powerful group of humans in the world. Sebab then everyone will fuck all the QZ, fuck Fedra, and then flock to the Fireflies to become mereka punya savior. And Fedra will be dead. So mereka have always nak gulingkan Fedra. Aku tanya kau very simple question. Let's say yes, Joel, greater good, benda, serah Ellie into the slaughterhouse untuk kena bunuh, and say they synthesize a cure kan. Are they gonna give that to the Fedra guys? Are they gonna share it with the cannibals? No.
Diorang boleh dictate apa yang dapat the cure. That's how fucked up it is.
Kan? So dia jadi macam Lord of the Rings situation tau. Kau buat one ring, absolute power akan corrupt absolutely. Buat 2 rings, dia nanti macam bergaduh pula sebab kau ada competition kan. And then buat 3, macam biar Rings of Power-nya finale tu kan. Dia punya reasoning tu kenapa dia buat 3 ring mula-mula kan. So baru dia jadi macam that equilibrium macam tu. So imagine if you were the only guys who had the cure, and you guys have enemies, and you guys pun before the cure had no problems bunuh your enemies. Orang macam ni nak cure the whole world. So kau nak sembang collective good. It's not happening. If anything, keadaan akan jadi lagi teruk, because just like sekarang untuk risau siapa ada nuklear, siapa tak ada nuklear, it's gonna be an arms race. The bloodshed akan bertambah lagi teruk sebab semua orang akan nak own the vaccine. So yeah, because the Fireflies are not a neutral organization. In fact, they're very antagonistic, very anti-authority. And you know, kalau kau bayangkan macam rebels ke, kata teroris ke apa, ada nuklear, how quickly will some random city dia kena bomb because of that? Aku tak buy for 1 second pun yang Marlene cakap this is for the collective good. This is for the collective good of the Fireflies, not humanity. And Joel made the right decision juga pasal apa? Zaman-zaman woke ni kita selalu cakap pasal apa? When talking about sexual harassment lah benda semua, kita cakap saya consent kan? Where was the consent to butcher Ellie tau? Where was the truth to Ellie? At least kalau dia debrief dulu, dia just suka-suka teacher, is what Ellie would have wanted. Well, if you're so sure, why didn't you tell her? Bagitahu lah Ellie, macam so tak ada salah faham, you're gonna end up dead, this world is shit, and I'm pretty sure you akan rather mau mati lah daripada hidup in this shitty world. But when you die, you become a martyr, you akan tolong so many other children. Do you want that, Ellie? Dia kata, yo, kau cakap, Joel, kau tengok Joel, tak ada salah faham, jangan gaduh, okay? Dia sendiri nak. But yang jahat Marlene, dia tak cakap. Ellie totally fikir she's gonna come out that hospital and have a normal father-daughter relationship with Joel after tau. So that alone, the fact yang tak ada consent and they were lied to, is enough reason for me to shoot up the whole Firefly. Kau bagi aku retake that decision berapa kali pun, I'll make the same decision tau. Because
macam
they are not
Marlene Tipu And then Joel pula menipu. So semua orang tipu dalam in this situation.
Semua orang tipu, betul. But at the end of the day, dia memang in a way Joel terpaksa menipu because Marlin punya penipuan force his hand. So it's Marlin punya fault lah sebenarnya. Cuba kalau kita semua okay, in a deal kan, everything's on the table. So what's the pros and cons, apa benda semua ni. In fact, kalau dia bagi tahu awal-awal tu Joel yang this girl is gonna die, and kita pun dah establish Joel masa tu dia memang dah broken lah pasal anak dia dah mati apa semua. Kan masa awal-awal kita nampak Joel, oh kau tak sanggup buat, dia campak mayat budak dalam ni apa semua, tak ada problem kan. So if you cakap earlier, this girl is gonna die but for the sake of the greater ni, then dia dah tahulah, you know what, memang cari naas kalau attachment dengan budak ni. It's just a job. In fact, dalam banyak-banyak job aku nak buat, this is probably the most noble tau. So, no attachment to this kid.
Kan dia cakap macam tu, your cargo, you're not family, your cargo.
Dalam kereta. So he was okay. He was okay sebenarnya. Tapi sebab because of that lie or aka lack of honest information tu, so mereka kena manipulate lah sebenarnya. So kau jangan, you know, you cannot complain lah when Joel went and shoot up your ass and your friends. So, sebab it was fully deserved sebab you lied to them. Not telling them the truth is the same as lying tau. Walaupun kau tak ada lah macam bagi statement palsu kan, tapi kau tak bagi tahu that very important info.
Omission.
By omission of truth kan. Sampai Ellie pun lepas ni kita boleh ni jadi family kan. So you know, you deserve to get shot padan muka. But itulah, aku have to end it with this. Macam aku selalu cakap juga, the stakes in the end rings hollow pasal 9 episod, we only got 2.5 worth of episodes yang ada infected. So imagine kau diikut game betul-betul, the stakes would have been lagi lah orang macam di luar bangunan ni is hell. So barulah kan ada side yang come on Joel, think of the big picture. Tapi ada orang macam, tapi kesian Ellie, tapi betul juga neraka tu kat luar tu apa semua kan. But in this show it's like tak ada, jalan-jalan naik kuda, makcik pokcik duduk lautan, tak ada isu pun. So where's the stakes kan? Tak ada.
Syaz, ada apa-apa nak tambah?
Pretty much Munir dah mention most of the things yang we pretty much agree on the same points lah. Because masa kita main the game tu, memang at that point wah, kita punya dendam tu kan macam was very high. I mean, dalam kau hentak Joel dari belakang for no reason, kau tak, you know, hands up and everything, you could have just, you know, arrest them, bring them, lepas tu kau bagi fake story, and then that's it. Okay, Joel, thank you very much, you'll be taking care of her from now on. And then at that point in time, kalau Joel tak memberontak, baru kau tibai dia. By that time, it's already too late for him to do anything. Ini belum apa-apa kau dah tibai dia. So the first thing dia bangun, kepala tengah sakit ni. Lepas tu kau kena tipu kan. Oh, sebenarnya aku tipu kat kau all this time. So macam like, mana member tu tak mengamuk? Kan? Kepala tengah sakit lah tu kau reveal the fact that you've been lied to this whole thing. And then dari segi consent pun tak ada. So yeah, I mean Munir covered all the bases on this. So kalau this was the polarizing punya point yang Bella Ramsey mention, aku tak sure sangat lah.
Actually kan, season 1 ni boleh jadi 2 part tau. Maksudnya setiap season 1 kau patut tengok 2 season je. Maksudnya kau nampak summer into autumn, lepas tu yang the whole winter into spring ni patut season 2. Barulah kau boleh ada Bill lawan dalam gym dengan bloater, and then kau boleh ada diorang terlekat dalam bas sebelum sampai ke hospital, lepas tu tenggelam.
Lalu dengan David team up dengan David lawan bloater, and then the betrayal of David. Oh, barulah.
Even the fighting dengan Tommy, while you are fighting, you have to fight some infected. Benda ni semua penting sial.
So kalau macam you have 9 episodes, or rather kalau you ada 18 episodes for both of this one, you double ni, you ada 1 episode Hallmark show, 1 episode combat punya show. So the first two-thirds of the Hallmark show, beginning of the tension part, at the end of the episode, you ada cliffhanger, masuk the next episode,
Gaduh.
aduh, lepas tu resolution and prepping for the next Hallmark ni episode. It will have been perfect.
Ya, man.
And then kalau ada macam tu, kau taklah marah ada Kathleen dah dari mana, kau tak marah sangat lah cerita Strawberry Phil, you know. Dia dengan Riley punya story pun you tell, oh this is the break lah from the lawan. Then towards the end of the episode, you tahu there's going to be a big fight. That's when dia akan lari from all the infected, and then barulah terkena gigit, you know.
Ya. And tunjuklah dia kena bunuh Riley. That means Riley turns. Barulah sedih. Kau kehilangan kau punya first love pasal infected. Bukan seko tapi ramai.
Lah tu Nick. Lepas tu kan macam yang semua benda yang Syah cakap, semua benda yang Nick cakap kan. And dah kena all the sci-fi threats tu ada kan, all the zombie threats tu ada kan. Then season finale, that's when kau dengar Malin punya speech. This world is broken, bro. Kau fikir pasal seorang je. Aku nak cure this so fucked up place. Kau dah go through macam-macam tu. Kau tak rasa dunia ni need some fixing. A cure, kau boleh keluar, kau boleh pergi ke taman, smell the flowers, berenang dalam tasik without fear of being killed. Kau tak nak semua tu. That's when kau akan the dilemma tu lagi. Shit. Yes, this world needs to be cured. Sebab jahanam sangat kan. But barulah dilema. So bila all the sci-fi threats yang kau sebut tu tak ada, ni macam tak apa kot, tak buat vaksin pun boleh jalan-jalan okey je.
Kita compare dengan cerita The Walking Dead, where the zombies were everywhere tau. So any sacrifice that they did, any actions, whether the hero punya group ataupun the groups yang dia to come into fighting with, you boleh faham tau. Bukannya you setuju, but you boleh faham why they did certain things.
Betul.
And then you akan rasa macam like, kenapa dia orang buat macam ni, dia orang buat macam ni, dia buat macam ni. Macam ada portion dia orang dekat the Hershey punya farm. In the end, why they take a lot of things? Sebab memang kebetulan kawasan dia orang tu tak banyak zombie. So it makes sense. Kebetulan. This is one of those rare spots. But if everywhere tak ada zombie, so apa yang paniknya?
Syah. Another thing since kau sebut Walking Dead kan, one of the things yang aku suka pasal early seasons Walking Dead tu apa tau, dia ada juga all this gut-wrenching betrayal, gut-wrenching death. Dia ada juga all this macam drama, all these feelings, benda yang boleh buat kau nangis pasal lovers, pasal bapa anak, pasal adik-beradik. Semua yang macam Last of Us ni ada kan, yang orang kata best sangat all these themes kan. The Walking Dead early seasons pun ada, but here's the thing, sambil semua benda tu jadi, paling kurang kau nampak dia put dua karakter duk cakap kan. Kat pagar kat belakang tu ada tu.
Yeah.
Macam kat background dia ada pagar kan tu. The threat is constant. The threat is constant. Kau buka pagar, you are dead. Kalau kau tak ready, kau buka pagar, kau buka pintu, you are dead. Tapi dia ada drama-drama semua tu. But kalau dia nak, dia tak boleh fast travel tau, pergi nuna-nuna situ sini tau. Kau daripada satu rumah ni nak keluar dari depa punya pagar tu nak pergi macam maybe ada satu satellite punya house kat situ kan. It's so fucking dangerous. Kalau macam 5-6 orang kau punya cast, kau punya main characters, okay, we need to abandon this place now we need to go sana tu. Kau akan setiap anxiety because one of them is gonna freaking die. Tiap siapa janganlah karakter favourite aku, betul ya? So you see the problem pula dengan, if we take it back pada The Last of Us is that it's bad enough yang show ni ada plot armor because it's just two characters and they're the two main characters. Of course dia orang ni takkan mati. They're the two main characters for the season 1 ni. So dia orang dah ada plot armor. You know they'll be fine. But then kau tak pretend pun to put them in danger. So it's sampai macam kau even kena zombie betul. Alah, these two will obviously make it. Kau tak jadi cerita lah kan. Tapi you don't even try to fake danger them tau. Itu pun tak ada. Whereas The Walking Dead tengah sembang pun aku tengok kat belakang tu dia punya extra sana duk langgar pagar. Sentiasa ada threat. So kau rasa immerse tau. Kau rasa macam fuck shit, saya dunia ni babi betul lah.
The season yang aku paling suka about The Walking Dead tu was one part dalam they introduce us to this family lah kan, dekat Pat Ladang semua ni, and there was a kid, so they show us the family relationship, how they interact with the lower amount of zombies nearby and everything, and towards the end tragedy struck. So you nampak tak, they have a very good build up. I mean it took a lot of episodes, but bila banyak episod kau akan emotionally attached dengan character. Lepas tu tiba-tiba berlaku tragedi tu, kau macam like, alamak, macam Sam dengan abang dia, it took us berjam tau dalam in-game macam ni. So we're like, okay lah, we finally made it right at the last scene.
Nak jadi cerita pula.
Kita pula terkejut kan when that final part of Sam punya fate happens. Kena pula abang dia pula so macam like, in that moment kau tak sempat apa-apa pun tau. Dia tak ada macam kau boleh tekan square atau triangle bulat quick time plan, tak ada. It just I'm sorry I failed my brother, aku dah tak boleh nak buat apa, my reason for living is gone. Dia tembak. Kau macam like, so the time, the investment when you are attached to the characters over many hours makes you more, you akan lebih kisah pasal karakter tu lah. That's why kalau orang yang main game, dia punya reaction akan sangat berbeza dengan orang yang tengok cerita ni punya finale by itself. Because orang yang main game semua panas tau. Most of the people just went for it like I'm gonna stop here. Who are you? Poof. Because we got attached to Ellie over 40 to 60 hours of gameplay. Ini tak sampai 9 jam of storytelling, and you expect people to have that emotional connection. Susah lah memang. It was too short a series.
Ya, betul lah. Alright, so selepas Marlin dibunuh, kita nampak yang Joel lari dengan dia punya van tu yang dicuri dia Fireflies, and then Ellie baru keluar daripada kena drugs. Lepas tu akhirnya kereta dia orang breakdown dekat Wyoming, and they have a 5-hour hike to Jackson, di mana Tommy is, and then Ellie confess about killing Riley, which is the first kill, dan Joel jawab, if you just keep going, you find something new to fight for. So maksudnya Joel pun dah turn lah, he's now fighting for Ellie lah. Tapi yang sedihnya, Ellie cakap, kau beritahu aku betul-betul Firefly memang tak ada cure ke? And then Joel lies to Ellie. So soalan aku to Syaz, apakah pendapat anda tentang Ellie finally revealing to Joel bahawa her first kill was her best friend Riley, sedangkan Ellie punya first kill sebenarnya adalah mak dia, Anna. And then apakah pendapat anda tentang keputusan Joel to flat out lie to Ellie about the Fireflies? Because to Joel, protecting Ellie is now his only purpose in life. So silakan.
Aku rasa tak fair kita nak kata Ellie punya first kill is the mom. Itu affected punya hal tu. Pasal itu pun dia pun baby kan. So aku macam like, aku bila dengar soalan kata aku macam like, mana dia pula ni kan. But no, that one aku disagree. I mean if you want to put it in a way, Ellie being born did end up causing the mom to lose her life. So yes, she was indirectly responsible untuk Anna punya death, but dia tak directly kill her lah. Tapi the next question tu, aku rasa Joel tak kisah pun sebenarnya who was her first kill, but the fact that dia tak reveal tau awal-awal kepada Joel, then Joel mesti as someone who is like 40, 50 dah, 60 dah kan, dia lah kepala dia macam like, okay lah, this must have been very important to her, you know, someone important, so I'm not gonna pry lah, aku takkan sibuk tanya lah kan. So I think when she revealed that point, Joel dah realise that Ellie is now becoming more dependent on him, not necessarily as a father-daughter dynamic, but as a fellow survivor. I'm telling you the deepest secret which I never tell anybody. which is aku bunuh kawan aku as my first kill. So I think that was what drove Joel untuk macam menipu. The fact that he got all this info, lepas tu he shot everybody down and stuff. So some people might interpret this as Ellie mengambil kisah mengenai Marlene. It is possible to interpret that way. Rasa dia macam like, kau beritahu aku betul-betul, was there a zombie attack? Then orang mungkin akan fikir, oh, so dia ni sebenarnya ambil kisah about Marlene. It can be interpreted that way. Cuma aku tak rasa this is the case. It's more of the fact that sorry, before aku move ke situ, I don't think that is the case. Sebab kalau kita ingat dalam episod 1 ke episod 2 where dia tunjuk Marlene dengan Ellie, cara Ellie treats Marlene macam stranger tau. Totally like a stranger, macam Fedra agent kena tangkap lah.
Ya, macam banduan lah. Macam banduan. Dia macam fuck you. Dia bercarut banyak kan. Fuck you, I don't care.
Kan. So, I don't think that is the scenario or the reason why she wanted this. Cuma aku rasa Ellie has known Joel long enough to be able to read Joel punya non-verbal cues. Kalau kita buat lawak dengan
dia rasa macam Joel tipu dia lah. So dia nak tahu betul ke tak, like betul ke
tak, that's an interesting point. Macam kalau kita buat lawak dengan kawan and kita buat lawak dengan strangers, reaction dia akan different. Kalau lawak tu tak 100% obvious is a lawak, then dia might interpret benda tu wrong. Kalau macam kita dengan kawan, benda yang kasar-kasar pun might be actually a gurau, tapi orang lain cakap, dia kuku ni punya rambut ni. Tak, this is how kita buat lawak bodoh. So in this point of time, aku rasa dia try nak tengok Joel punya resolve. Adakah Joel ni jenis orang yang akan wishy-washy, ataupun dia akan ikut whatever dia dah cakap all the way to the end. So dalam hati dia, aku rasa Ellie dah lama tahu dah Joel ni is lying. But dia nak tengok adakah Joel ni jenis orang yang berpegang kepada dia punya statement. Adakah dia ni akan tiba-tiba wishy-washy, tak nak aku sini tak boleh tak. That's why dia kau tengok mata Ellie kan, dia macam she knows that Joel has to lie. But Joel is lying to me because something bad happened and he's protecting me in this way. So aku macam like, okay. Dia cakap okay tau, dia tak cakap okay lah kalau macam tu, okay kita boleh proceed ke tak ada. She has a very grim, very okay, alright punya statement, and that's it. And that was the end of the series. Meaning it shows also secara tak langsung her character growth, that she understands certain things must be made as a lie. Sebab bila kita budak, kita tak boleh nak terima kenyataan orang menipu. Tapi as we get older, we begin to realise that sometimes you have to lie to keep people sane, or to tak melukakan hati dia, or in some cases kau terpaksa menipu so that orang tu tak jadi gila bunuh diri. There are times when that kind of thing, especially macam contoh kalau budak tanya daddy mana, padahal daddy dah lama mati 3 tahun lalu kan, kita cakap daddy ada overseas, blah blah blah. So that kind of thing is something that adults have to do, like it or not. But it's something that mungkin for Ellie, she just wanted to see lah, is Joel lying, or is this lying saja-saja, ataupun lying disebabkan it was very serious matter to lie.
Pasal dalam otak Ellie, it was just gonna be a simple, aku pergi bagi darah aku, betul aku boleh balik dengan Joel. Dia tak tahu yang sebenarnya dia nak kena bunuh, otak dia nak kena buka, and then they're gonna get something out of it. So Joel had to lie.
Kita jangan lupa dalam the game, ini yang lawak ni, bila kau tukar daripada game kepada kau punya own direction, kau tak terfikir implication dia. dalam the game dia lemas, and Joel wanted to revive her, lepas tu dia kena hentak kepala. So meaning daripada time dia orang lemas to the point where she kena masuk hospital for the operation, she tak tahu apa benda dah. Time dia lemas, lepas tu dia sedar-sedar dia dah tengah on the way leaving the hospital. Kau bayangkan macam like, aku kat mana ni? Kenapa aku pakai gown ni? Macam like, what the hell kan? So you don't know what happened. Then Joel will tell you that kind of story. But this one, in this show, a flashbang was thrown. Joel tarik dia tau, out of the way. Dia takkan lupa benda tu. Who attacked them? So that is the question that Joel tak jawab. Tapi Joel cakap, like, did we make it or not? Joel kata, oh kena serang.
And then the Fireflies gave up on finding a cure. Rupanya ada banyak budak lagi macam kau. So jadi macam, what the fuck?
Exactly. Kan? Takkanlah the amount of fireflies in that location, in such a very important location, did not have enough firepower to fight off the infected attack. Banyak sangat ke infected attack kau tu? Kau tak boleh ke beramai-ramai pull them all to one direction, bagi molotov biji, terbakar lah semua. You know, that kind of thing. So she knows something was wrong. Kau punya explanation tu tak lengkap tau. Macam like, there's holes everywhere. So that's why dia tanya.
Macam itulah. Rasa macam tak best. Alright, kita ada 5 komen daripada penonton di rumah. Anor Zia bertanya, para penulis perasan tak yang Joel dalam siri ni a bit more talkative compared to the game? Yes, aku rasa masa dia on the 5-hour hike tu, dia cerita banyak gila tentang Sarah. Kau akan suka Sarah, she would have liked you too, which tak ada dalam game So how do you feel as a video gamer? Apa pendapat kau?
Okay, dia pasal talkative Joel ni, aku risau pasal point ni sebenarnya, sebab this is, in my personal opinion and teori Brazil lah, this is on purpose tau. This is on purpose pasal ego si Druckmann ni. Pasal apa? One of the biggest criticism of The Last of Us 2 is that, itulah yang korang pun dah tahulah kan, this is not a spoiler anymore, that Joel won't be continuing the journey with Ellie in part 2. And the reason being is kenapa semua orang macam sangat upset with what happened to Joel in the second game is the fact yang dia sangat out of character. Tiba-tiba macam jadi stupid. Sebab Joel sepatutnya dalam game, in the first game lah, is orang yang memang, yalah, dia the greatest smuggler, very dangerous guy, reputation sangat dahsyat, dia sangat brutal, sangat bahaya, and orang pun susah nak bunuh dia sebab dia memang to the level of paranoia, jaga dia punya identity, jaga dia punya ni, dia takkan bagi tahu orang nama betul dia lah, benda semua kan. And itulah strong silent type, tapi bukan sebab it's a stereotypical thing, tapi kau nak survive dalam dunia ni, lagi elok orang tak tahu banyak benda pasal kau. Tiba-tiba dalam second game jumpa macam sini, hey, ya, saya ni, saya tu, saya buat ni, saya buat tu, and then so one of the criticism orang kata ni just sebab mati yang pasal shock value, just nak buat shock value lah, nak buat orang forcefully, nak buat orang sedih ke, macam bodoh kan lah tu. Sekali macam the narration tu jadi stupid tau, doesn't make sense because Joel is not like that. Tiba-tiba macam jadi bangang lah tu, macam habis macam tu je watak dia. So everyone so upset, tapi Druckmann was adamant yang tak ada, aku game aku tu masterpiece kan. So you know what, bila aku buat series ni, dia nak retcon lah sebenarnya. So dia nak retcon. So sebab tu kalau kau tengok, not only is Joel ni banyak cakap, tapi Joel ni brutal in parts. Dia buat macam Joel ni macam dah pass dia punya prime tau. Lepas tu dia memang tu nangis lah, tak kuat lah, depressed lah, kena anxiety attack lah tiba-tiba. Semua untuk justify kenapa dia akan jadi bangang at the start of season 2. And bye-bye Pedro Pascal. Ni memang retcon aku rasa. This
Dia
is
tengah
not
nak
a
set up
coincidence. Dia nak set up.
kematian
So lepas ni orang tak tengok it makes sense. Nampak di season 1 dia ada ceni-ceni. Apa benda yang korang cakap ni? Dah set kot.
Syaz, pendapat kau?
Aku rasa because yelah dia tried to make him a bit weaker over time, partly to justify dia punya character tu. But kalau katakan kita tak tengok part 2 kan, I feel like kalau kita tak tahu part 2 punya game was out, it feels like Joel punya character shows a lot of growth lah. So kalau compared to the game, aku rasa he did not grow as much, that he remain as he is. But dia nak kata macam mana, dia bukanlah tak ada character growth. He showed through non-verbal punya actions. Dia tak ada popek because it's not his nature to popek tak habis-habis. Because you imagine, even from the prologue pun dia bukannya jenis yang cakap banyak. Depan machine gun pun dia tak cakap banyak. Kan, depan soldier tu sendiri dengan anak dia Sarah tu, dia tak cakap banyak. Dia macam like no we're not ni. Dia tak macam like, hi, saya ni we came here, do you really think we'll come here? Tak ada. Dia in that moment from the very beginning, he's not a talkative person, both in game ataupun dalam the start of this series. So it does feel like a character change, but I can see why they would try to put this in lah. That now that dia dah ada balik orang to care for, so dia punya emotional walls tu dah start to crumble lah. Cuma macam Munir mention, disebabkan of how we see the meta knowledge di mana dia punya director dah berubah macam jadi dah become what he is now. The woke society, everybody becoming more sensitive and everything. They cannot accept the fact that there will always be people yang tak cakap banyak. Oh, you must embrace your feminine side. Oh, you kena embrace your sensitivity. You kena pandai cakap. To the point where it's becoming mental stress kepada orang that naturally not like that. Some people memang tak cakap banyak.
Macam introvert.
Padahal they might be great parents, kan? But disebabkan you kena ikut perangai semua ni, semua orang jadi pressure to follow something that they don't want, which is ironic lah considering the fact that orang yang sama duk marah kenapa perempuan kena ikut stereotype jadi suri rumah, and yet here you are telling everybody in the world kena ada sensitive side. You are setting the new stereotype. It's a problem. So the original Last of Us, dia tak silap aku, Munir. They did not have the part 1 punya portion kan. It was just the Last of Us, right?
Ya, sebab masa tu tak ada intention lagi untuk buat ni. Cuma bila remastered tu baru dia ada lah.
Betul. That's why kalau kita tengok perubahan karakter Ellie tu, daripada a strong character that grew from somebody yang tak tahu dunia to somebody who became dependent on Joel, to the point where she is strong enough to fight almost at Joel punya strength, and yet still needs adult guidance, to somebody who is like, I am now the woman, I can do everything, I don't need men, which is partly one of the messages that is being spread around in today punya society lah.
Betul.
Woman tak perlukan lelaki dah lepas ni. So remove the father figure, remove the patriarchy. So itu yang buat orang marah. You are taking out Joel not because it is good to the story point, but because
pasal kau nak woke.
You are pandering to the woke punya culture. Kalau katakan dia mati, okay, protecting Ellie in a tense combat punya scenario by the villain, bravo. You know, Joel did the ultimate sacrifice. Kita happy. Kita sedih lah, kita marah lah. Sial lah, kenapa Joel mati. Tapi bukan mati sia-sia. He mati macam like, you know, kita marah. He could have saved her, you know, in a different way. Dia, Ellie mungkin dah ada, dulu ada stitch up punya knowledge, apa ke, not kena mati sia-sia macam ni. You know, that will feel more in character, more into what the original tone of the story is supposed to be, and not pandering to the current scenario right now. Aku pun tak tahu berapa banyak orang actually plays The Last of Us disebabkan dia punya work messages ni. Benda tu aku tak tahu lah, ada orang rela buat research ke tak, but it was a very sad turn of events lah when we first found out.
Betul. Banyak orang yang main The Last of Us Part 1 tak continue main Part 2 ya.
Ya,
untuk
aku
mereka tak main game. Ya. Alright, seterusnya Joe Latif bertanya kepada para gamers, dalam game ada ke scene Ellie bunuh Riley in the DLC Left Behind?
Tak silap aku tak ada yang punya.
It's implied.
Oh, so dalam game pun memang tak ada lah. Okay.
Tak ada, but that would have been one of the better scenes lah to add.
That would be one of the better ones to add lah. Betul lah, aku rasa macam tu juga. Tapi it was implied lah, but it was beautiful in its own way lah. Cuma aku macam, I actually have no problems with how the DLC tu was depicted dalam this TV adaptation ni. Tapi as usual, aku punya complain is that satu je infected.
Itulah.
Dalam mall tu dia patut kena kejarkan berjemaah dalam mall tu. Tapi itulah allergic zombie dalam cerita zombie ni.
Pelik lah magazine dan drama ni. Seterusnya Newcomer bertanya kepada para panelis, what if your loved one is immune and the cure boleh 100% dihasilkan? Adakah panelis sanggup sacrifice orang yang juga sayang atau buat keputusan macam Joel? Jawapan dia, kalau Marlene tak tipu Joel, takkan jadi macam ni. Masalahnya Marlene omit the truth, yang the fact that kita memang nak potong kepala otak dia. So Ellie as the person yang otak akan kena potong tak tahu pun. She just think yang aku bagi darah, so lepas tu aku selamat, aku boleh balik rumah dengan Joel. So that's why Joel went crazy. So
consent.
Macam ni, aku pun takkan bagi consent. Aku pun akan bunuh semua Firefly. Pendapat korang? Pendapat korang?
Kalau macam mana, logically speaking, macam aku dan Nick cakap tadi lah, kalau kau nak go by the black and white, kata memang no chance lah sebab korang tipu kami, so pergi mampus tau. There's no consent, you tried to trick us, macam you all dead, stand by. But here's the thing, katalah Marlene pun jujur cakap this is going to happen, dia akan mati, but you know, they live in this hell punya dunia, dia duk suffer buat apa. At least kalau dia mati, dia punya sacrifice boleh heal the world. So aku beritahu korang jujur ni, what do you say? Katalah if Marlene jujur dengan aku macam tu kan, back off atau kau akan mati juga. No way man, no way, especially knowing yang sekarang Marlene dah tahu macam mana Ellie became immune in the first place. Aku macam, why must it be her? Pergilah orang lain anak banduan ke apa ke kan.
Kau buatlah Ellie yang baru, takkanlah bunuh.
So no, not happening.
Shaz, I presume your answer will be the same.
Aku punya lain sikit. Kalau kena tipu tu memang sama lah, kita akan mengamuk lah. Aku rasa dengan hospital tu aku bakar je, mengamuk sangat kan. Tapi kalau katakan the person is somebody yang kita kenal all this time kan, and yang penting aku akan cakap dengan dia dulu lah, you need to give me some time, some space, we need to decide this properly lah kan. Benda tu first day aku akan tanya, siapa cakap? That's my first question, which is exactly my point tadi masa aku tanya yang aku cakap tadi kan.
Kena bunuh ke? Kena kepotong otak dia? Kan tu je kau punya
jawapan. In a few
jawapan.
hours, kau punya 1-2 doktor ni dengan confident, inilah caranya tuan. Fuck off lah. Baru 1-2 orang cakap macam tu. How many other doctors are there yang agree? What about doctors daripada federal yang tak ada kaitan dengan kau? Is there no other way? Can you not take her blood instead? Banyak benda yang kita akan tanya dulu.
Banyak
Kalau
benda
you
tak
are
try
medical
lagi.
student,
Ha? Banyak benda tak try lagi kan instead kan.
Terus within a few hours kau cakap this is the only way. Ini bodoh lah. I mean, you know, you could take her blood, you could have blood sample dia punya ilio ke apa ke. Masa kita kena COVID pun banyak berapa lama nak develop dia punya ni. They had to do so many tests and testing for the vaccine. So it feels very rushed dan mengarut lah kalau from a medical standpoint. Dia macam like senang-senang je korang cakap macam tu kan, in such a short period of time without any sufficient research.
Seterusnya komen adalah daripada Pal Murugan yang bertanya, ini lari tajuk, adakah BuzzPop anime crew dah cover Chainsaw Man? Jawapannya ya, dia orang dah buat 3 episod covering Chainsaw Man. First video was episod 1 ke 3, the second episode was episod 4 ke 8, and then the last one was episod 9 ke 12. So the whole of Chainsaw Man season 1 BuzzPop dah cover. Sila tengok dalam YouTube akan kita, korang boleh enjoy. That's like at least 9 hours of conversation at least 6 hours on Chainsaw Man season 1. So semoga enjoy Bang Murugan. Seterusnya Mak Rul bertanya, adakah panelis akan bedah Succession season 4? Unfortunately aku dengan Hadi enjoy Succession dah 3 season, tapi tak cukup orang di Malaysia menonton. So kalau kita orang buat, aku rasa tak sampai 5 orang akan tonton kita orang punya live stream. So therefore kita tak akan cover. Tapi kau boleh follow Hadi, I think from week to week dia akan buat review bertulis dekat Facebook page Hadi Abdul Hamid. So follow Facebook page Hadi Abdul Hamid. Hopefully dia akan buat review weekly episodes in written form. Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke rating dan harapan kami bagi The Last of Us season 1. Alright, so personally I wish there was like 12 ataupun 15 atau 18 episode, or they decided to make these 2 seasons so that kau nampak, you know, spring, summer dengan autumn in season 1, and then kau nampak winter dengan spring in season 2, because siri ni tak cukup action. For a zombie series, dalam 9 episod kau hanya ada 2 atau 3 kali je, it's such a waste. And alasan kau, showrunner kau ialah, oh kalau kau nak tengok kills kau pergilah main game. Dia tak ada makna lah bro. Tak payah adapt lah kalau dia tu. Like a waste of time man. So this show could have been way better. Therefore aku bagi dia rating dia hanya 5/10. The other 5 is missing action. Kalau ada action and ada hallmark punya drama, it would have been 10/10 easily.
Betul.
So apakah rating daripada anda? Kita mulakan daripada Munif. Silakan Munif.
Kalau ditanya hati ni, memang aku nak bagi 5 kot, sebab geram tau. Tapi macam on aku punya part pula, aku fikir sporadically, maybe this is the gamer in me lah. Sebab banyak part yang bila dia sebiji dia ikut game tu memang gempak tau. And then aku tak boleh do a disservice to the phenomenal job of the actors juga. So to be fair, aku akan break it down. They definitely get 1 point because of Bella Ramsey. They get another 1 point sebab banyak dia punya sceneries and the shot, so memang gorgeous gila babi. It gets another point for when the adaptation tu is memang verbatim lah. Memang sebiji macam in the game. And then they get another point for the additions that actually work tau. Macam part Jakarta tu, sayang lah. Gave me chills, man, chills. Tapi haram tak follow up, which is such a waste. And then bila dia buat ada akal-akal cordyceps, so dia macam ada hive mind, boleh detect dari jauh. Meaning, wow, aku fikir this hot, is lagi dangerous dengan the game. Sebab kau buat bising anywhere in the place, so kau akan kena kerumun dengan a horde. So macam this macam changes ni dah macam buat aku licking my lips tau, dah excited. So that was really good tau. So that gets a point. So walaupun dia tak ke mana in the end, but here's the thing, the final 3 points buat pergi ke Pedro. So it's a barely 7 out of 10. Kalau aku nak jujur, it's actually 6.8 out of 10 macam tu for me. And none of it is pasal kau Drakman ke apa benda ke Great Mazin ke. It's because of the cast, it's because of the beautiful shots, and it's mostly because of, you know, the video game. And whenever you decided to be faithful to the video games lah, sayang 1000 kali sayang lah. Because macam Nick cakap lah, it could have been really really good. Sebab kalau kau judging based on the emotional beat sahaja, it is a 9 out of 10 lah bagi aku. Kau cakap saya all the emotional stuff sahaja, it's just kalau dia bagi kita just a bit more daripada apa yang dia bagi, and it would have been easily a 9 overall bagi aku, but it's not. And lagi macam Nick cakap juga, aku pun tak faham with the decision making yang you yourself set untuk buat 9 sahaja episod, yet you yourself juga set untuk buat the whole of the first game inside the 9 episodes, and you also know korang punya IP just ada 2 game sahaja. Wouldn't you want to stretch it a bit more, and then you can tell the story lagi detail and include the action? It's just some boneheaded fucking decisions left and right. Aku tak faham kenapa. So it could have been perfect, I'm not kidding, but it's completely not. Disebabkan ni lah this non-creative related decision making. Saya tak faham.
Kami nak kejar Emis bro.
Itulah.
Kita nak aksi,
kan?
kita nak lakonan.
And the extreme hatred for sci-fi despite adapting a sci-fi show. Aku memang takkan faham tu. So kenapa aku bagi dia above average rating 6.8 out of 10? It's only in respect to the actors. It has nothing to do with the showrunners. You guys are the ones who bring the ratings way down. So disappointment doesn't even begin to describe how I feel. That's my rating. I won't be watching the second season. Semua orang pun tahu kenapa. So I look forward to see the ratings tank after Pedro Pascal departs the show lah.
I think that will happen lah in 2 years time. Seterusnya Syaz, apakah rating kau untuk season 1 The Last of Us?
Aku kena pecahkan jadi 2 rating ni sebab macam Munir pun mention tadi, dia punya emotional beats and all that is very high. So kalau you tak main the game, my parents pun ada tengok on and off. Asyik tengah tengok, dia pun tengok wah macam ni ush, zombie macam ni. So they like, wah dia punya story bagus lah, dengan abang dia jumpa adik dia. So as people who did not play the game, they enjoyed the series sebab dia tak ada benda to compare. So for those who enjoy hallmark storytelling, jenis yang more focus on humanity, interaction antara manusia dengan manusia with the ever present danger and threat kat belakang, kau imagine pun dah cukup in your mind. It's easily a 10 out of 10 because dia punya set background, set piece cantik, dia punya Ellie dengan Joel punya portrayal is so good, supporting character dia pun bagus. Honestly, kalau aku tak main game, Caitlyn tu karakter yang dilakon dengan bagus tau. Sebab kau macam aku geram orang ni tau. You know, because it was really well portrayed. Jenis orang macam ni Karen taken to an 11 punya style. So the characterization of the human side of the story was well done. So kalau you memang jenis yang tak pernah tengok the show, tak pernah main the game, or jenis yang more interested in the human side of cerita-cerita macam ni, it's easily a 10. Memang berbaloi lah you tengok dengan set piece lawa semua ni kan. The flip side, kalau you pernah main the game in any form all the way to the end, even if not to the end, halfway pun, you akan rasa susah nak attach to the character punya character punya growth sebab there is no action scene punya portions. Ni kita dah highlight banyak kali lah dalam the entire Bedah since episode 1. The lack of episodes, the lack of action punya fight scenes does not help to bring the belief that these two can bond over danger and all these trials where their lives are always put in at risk. So kepada orang yang pernah main game, aku sadly kena bagi 5/10. You just kalau want to see the set piece and everything is good, but kalau you want to put it as a whole, it's 5/10.
Betul, aku setuju dengan apa Syah cakap, because I think the last sacrifice scene yang kita feel was episode 2 bila Tess drop the lighter tu. Yang tu macam epic gila, and I expected more of that over 9 episodes. Contohnya Bill, contohnya Kathleen tak cerita lah. So Tommy so sebenarnya ada banyak, and semua ni wujud dalam game. And every week bila member-member aku yang main game ni bagi tahu I lost that scene, to me I felt it's as strong as the Test sacrifice scene, because that Test sacrifice scene was like so awesome in episode 2, and we could have keep getting more of that. Bill, Harry dengan Sam, and then Tommy, David. So when all of that is missing, Test level quality scenes, action scenes, aku rasa macam this is only half of the story, guys. This is only half. Yang korang dah agungkan, oh this is so good acting, but you could have gotten way more. You could have gotten another 5 Test scenes yang kita tak dapat dalam series. So semoga korang faham.
Honestly, kalau dia bagi all that action scenes kan, I would have given it an 11, 12 or 10 tu. It's really that good.
Betul?
Sayang.
Betul. So kalau korang enjoy that Test punya sacrifice dengan lighter scene tu, ada lagi 5 scene yang kau tak dapat daripada David, daripada Tommy, daripada Billy, daripada Sam. Macam tu lah. Alright, so sekarang kita pergi ke harapan untuk season 2. Ini something yang korang akan lupa 2 tahun daripada sekarang, because season 2 is gonna take 2 years to produce. Basically apa akan terjadi adalah kita akan ada time jump. So Abby akan besar sikit. Kemudian kita akan dapat Joel mati, kena bunuh dengan somebody yang Joel dah bunuh in the past. So this is like a vengeance killing. And then story ni akan continue Ellie dengan dia punya lesbian lover Abby. So itu menyebabkan ramai orang tak main video game The Last of Us Part 2 pasal dia rasa macam kematian Joel tu terlalu bodoh. And then kau sekarang continue dengan pembunuh Joel, iaitu Abby. So apakah harapan korang untuk season 2 yang kita takkan cover 2 tahun daripada sekarang? Silakan.
Okay, so
korang akan lupa apa kita cakap malam ni. 2 tahun dari sekarang korang akan lupa. Silakan.
Okay, so ni pun sekali menjawab Ahmad Nasuha punya question ni lah. So okay, kepada siapa yang maybe tak kena spoil lagi somehow ke apa, ni aku akan start cakap spoiler territory. So basically apa yang berlaku selepas ending episode ni is that, kalau yang ni ialah sebab series tak keluar lagi kan, so aku boleh cakap based on the game lah. So kalau dalam the second game tu dia ada 4 years punya time jump. Mereka balik ke settlement Tommy, which is Joel punya brother tu. So kau fikir mereka dah 4 tahun mereka hidup dengan aman damai, dah jadi that happy family yang dia orang idam-idamkan apa semua lah kan. Tapi sebenarnya tidak, pasal apparently somewhere along the lines Ellie dia patah balik pergi ke hospital tu sendiri. So dia nak find out what happened, pasal memang dia sebenarnya memang haram tak percaya pun apa cerita bodoh yang Joel nak bagi tahu. Dia kata, oh there is more of you. But then they give up finding the cure. Macam mana? There's more me, patut berjemaah lagi find the cure kan. So basically Ellie tak percaya dia punya bullshit story tu. But then when she became, I guess, big enough, stronger, lagi terror pun jadi dia punya survivalist punya skills apa semua, dia sendiri make her way to Salt Lake City, masuk hospital and was horrified to discover the truth. So dia tahu Joel was lying, dia just tak tahu tipu pasal apa ni sebenarnya, what happened kan. And she did not know it was that bad. And sampai ke Marlene pun, which is, you know, the only macam family figure to her lah, selain daripada Riley dengan Joel lah back then kan. So Marlene je yang dia macam duk jumpa a few times mati. Pasal this game nak achieve dua benda, is nak sungguh-sungguh nak konon nak buat orang depressed, tapi nak cepat-cepat move forward to the lesbo things. So basically dah 4 tahun tu dia dah renounce Joel tau. Dia tak nak ada anything to do with Joel, gaduh, so dia pun memang putus. So that the plot, Ellie boleh move on cepat-cepat dengan dia punya lesbian girlfriend dia. Lepas tu nak jadi cerita, kalau kau tengok dalam the finale ni, masa yang doktor kena tembak tu kan, ada satu tu jatuh mampus, lepas tu kamera tu just stay kat muka dia sekejap kan. Sebab doktor tu is bapa kepada Abby. So Abby ni dia one of the, yalah dia basically jadi Firefly lah kan. So it's anak perempuan doktor ni lah yang akan besar, yang akan berdendam dengan Joel. So kenapa orang panas pula, pasal depa basically buat scheme lah untuk nak bunuh Joel. So depa macam di luar QZ tu, depa buat macam distress signal lah. Depa, tolong kami kena kepung dengan infected, selamatkan kami. Lepas tu Tommy dan Joel pergi selamatkan dia orang. Lepas tu last sekali rupanya ambush and Joel kena bunuh dengan si Abby ni. Lepas tu bila Ellie dapat tahu, so walaupun dia dah putuskan hubungan dengan Joel, marah sebab kena tipu semua, bila dia nampak depan muka dia Joel kena bunuh dengan sedemikian rupa, so dia start lah a journey of vengeance, dendam untuk nak bunuh si Abby ni pula. So by then orang semua macam gamer dah macam apa benda semua ni. Dah memang start tak suka. Lepas tu yang lagi orang kata to add salt to the wounds, dah lah kau memang kau benci perempuan ni sebab bunuh Joel, dan kau benci game ni sebab macam kenapa macam rushing sangat, kenapa macam mati katak, kenapa macam just nak cepat nak pergi, we are the lesbian of us kan. So dia just nak cepat-cepat pergi to that part, nak bunuh the dynamic bapa anak, the male protector tu semua, bagi tak ada cepat-cepat. Salt to the wound is that lepas tu kau the player kena control pula Abby tu yang bunuh Joel tu. So kau tengok, sebenarnya dalam dunia ni bukan semua orang purely jahat. So kau kena tengok dari sudut musuh pula, kau kena faham si Abby ni, kau kena faham kenapa dia buat benda yang dia buat. So masa kau pakai Abby tu, nampak macam Ellie pula yang jadi villain tau. So Ellie duk bunuh kawan-kawan dia, kawan Abby ni yang pregnant dengan boyfriend dia, semua Ellie bunuh. So kau kena lawan dengan Ellie semua. So kau memahami dari sudut Abby tu lah. So Ellie pula yang jadi enemy kan. So macam wow gila babi lah. So basically aku tak habis pun game tu.
Syaz lagi best, dia tak main pun game tu.
Tak main pun. Bila aku dapat tahu that was the mula-mula aku dah lama tinggalkan the game tau. Lepas tu sedar-sedar, Last of Us 2 kau main tak? Oh ya ke? Oh my god. Lepas tu lupa lagi. Then after that, keluar kontroversi lah. Orang tak puas hati lah. Apa benda yang orang marah sangat ni kan? Then I read the synopsis of that intro. Terus macam like, I'm done with this. Member-member yang lain yang kita pernah main pun macam like, betul lah, apa benda gila ni kan. So kau nak message apa sebenarnya? The Last of Us was a wonderful tale of a survival between two good people who were put in a scenario they did not expect, and then they ended up bonding over a lot of tragedy, a lot of conflict, and the final betrayal. So you completely undo everything. Joel dah tak guna, Ellie dah jadi villain. So like, why would you do that? Just because you got such a good over hype punya accolades masa Game Awards semua tu, lepas tu hidung dia kembang gila babi, kepala dia besar, so you ingat you can do everything. So you now think that you need to make a bigger shock value. So what is the worst kind of shock you can give to people? You are now the villain. The hero dulu jadi villain. There is better ways to do that. You can make it a tragic villain. Macam contoh benda game tu. Ada one game tu dalam PS3, you in fact Aku tak ingat. Dia ada power macam dia boleh take over people body lah, dia boleh macam-macam. He was the hero game 1, but in game 2 he became the villain because he lost control of that thing. Then kau pula kena stop him. Aku tak ingat nama game tu. But
Macam Diablo bukan?
Diablo is one of it lah, tapi Diablo was memang demonic forces lah. But the thing is, you can make the hero become the villain, but you must do it tragically lah. Yang ni buat penuh, it's like aku benci orang ni, therefore
Just for shock value.
kau
Dia
pun
will
kena
jadi
benci.
user,
So cheap.
Yeah.
So cheap.
Macam kita akan tanya pula sebenarnya, kau kena cabul ke masa kau budak? That's why kau benci father figure ni. That's why kau nak putuskan ties with the father figure and all that. Which makes no sense lah. Because then if not, why would the first one be such a compelling tale of proxy father punya relationship dengan Ellie ni? So it makes no sense. And the fact that he started becoming overly defensive and insulting of the fan base, so orang macam like, then why do we want to play for your game? Tak payah.
Itulah.
The funny thing is, aku bukan nak insult the movement, but usually the woke punya community, when they demand banyak-banyak from a game, the game buat, lala dia tak beli pun game tu. A lot of the
orang
loudmouth
nak bising dekat Twitter je. Kita support tapi tak beli, tak main. Bodoh sial.
dia orang bising. So in the end, you alienate the original fan base. You don't get money from this new woke punya culture. So it's a lost cause lah. If your purpose is to make money. Sama lah macam Matrix 4 pun sama.
Itulah. So oleh sebab itu kami tak mengharap banyak untuk season 2 2 tahun daripada sekarang, dan BuzzPop takkan cover pun The Last of Us season 2 2 tahun daripada sekarang. Semoga korang semua faham kerana sebab-sebab yang di-explain oleh panelis. Alright, jadi soalan terakhir untuk malam ni daripada Aroy one to one yang berkata, macam manakah panelis decide ataupun tahu cerita apa yang nak di-review yang ramai orang tengok? Jawapan dia simple. On a weekly basis, kita orang cover 5 berita produksi, and then kita orang cover 5 trailer. So bila kita ada ekosistem dekat Facebook, dekat Instagram, dekat Twitter dan juga dekat TikTok, so aku boleh nampak show mana atau filem mana yang akan dapat lagi banyak engagement, lagi banyak comments, lagi banyak shares, dan yang mana hype dia makin naik. From dari masa kita mula-mula announce projek tu akan berlaku, siapa pengarah dia, siapa pelakon dia, siapa penulis, siapa skrip, So kalau show tu tak dapat shares atau likes atau engagement langsung, contohnya Succession season 4, then aku tahulah bahawa tak ada guna kalau aku buat live, because I won't even get any engagement. Tapi kalau macam contohnya ada show Mandalorian, tiba-tiba je boleh ada 20 share, 100 comments, and then engagement dia tinggi. So dengan itulah kita tahu show mana untuk di cover. So it's not just you and me, but it's the people out there that determines show apakah yang BuzzPop akan cover. So semoga terjawab persoalan Aroy. At the end of the day, kita buat konten ni, engagement dia adalah di social media. So kalau barang yang dapat lebih banyak engagement, yang itulah yang kita kejar, because yang itulah yang algoritma akan push. So I hope that it answers everything. Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen kita malam ini. Terima kasih kerana follow selama 9 minggu perbincangan untuk The Last of Us ni. Semoga korang enjoy, yang main video game dan juga yang tak main video game. Dalam minggu ni aku rasa kita ada banyak lagi coverage. Esok aku dengan Duan akan pergi tengok Shazam punya filem, tapi kita kena embargo sampai hari Khamis. Therefore review kita orang hanya akan keluar Khamis pukul 7 pagi. Kemudian hari Khamis juga kita orang akan bedah Mandalorian. Aku, Wan Muhammad dan juga Darren daripada Star Wars Malaysia Fan Club. Kemudian hari Jumaat Hadi dengan kawan-kawan dia akan buat spoiler talk untuk filem Imaginor. Juga don't worry, hari Sabtu nanti kita akan cover filem Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves pasal ada advance fan screening, dan Selasa depan kita orang akan cover John Wick Chapter 4. So itu sahaja untuk malam ini guys. Terima kasih kerana sudi menonton. Majulah fandom untuk negara. Terima kasih juga kepada para
Bye,
panelis kita,
guys.
Bila dan juga Syaz. Thank you guys for 9 weeks. This ends our journey dengan The Last of Us.
Yeah.